Sit thee down, beautiful people, and welcome to a sort of a shed venture, isn't it, really?
It's a little bit of a shed venture.
A little bit of a shed venture. A little bit of an unknown shed adventure. We're on the way. We may have mentioned in previous podcasty videocasts, whatever you want to call them, that we know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who might have a Toyota Land Cruiser FJ, or maybe more than one.
We know a girl who knows a guy.
Yeah, and now we know a girl who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, and that girl happens to be my beautiful wife.
Beautiful wife.
Who has arranged for us to go and see this person who we've never met before, who hopefully doesn't mind two car nerds turning up on his doorstep and saying, hello, we've come to see your Toyota FJs. So, we have no idea what's going to happen. So we have to leave this rather open-ended, I guess. But yeah, we're on the way now in beautiful... I was trying to think, is this Derbyshire? Yeah.
I don't know, but we're so excited! So excited! We're trying to contain.
Yeah, I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool. Be calm. Be calm, lads. Be calm. I'm cool. I'm so excited. If I actually get to if I actually get to touch an FJ, it'll be like a life goal realised. Just rub myself up against one. Anyway, so yeah, well, I don't know, we're either in the Staffordshire Moorlands or the Derbyshire Moorlands, if that's
Who knows?
We can't...
Middle of nowhere, secret place,
yeah,
not telling.
Can't give it away. So, probably now, we'll cut to something, or maybe not cut to something. Let's see. Right, this is pretty cool, as you can see by the smile on my face. It's an FJ, and I get to drive it. I actually get to drive this. I mean, I can't even express how I feel right now. This is so cool. So, I guess we can say our friend Jonny now, because he's so cool. Jonny has just said, yeah, take it out, drive it, there's a field up there, do what you want, so that's what we're going to do, and this smile is only going to get bigger, look at it, it's just like, it's like Christmas and birthday and, I don't know, let's just go.
Let's off-road!
I'm going to try not to hit anything now.
Go on, lads.
So, off we go. Now, throughout that intro, and indeed throughout the rest of the episode, you'll probably hear us refer to this vehicle as a Toyota FJ, a Toyota FJ40, Toyota FJ45, or just an FJ40, FJ45, whatever. Life-changing events like this have a way of scrambling your brain, so we're just going to clear this up now. This has got the 3.4 litre 3B engine in it, which doesn't make it an FJ, makes it a BJ. And because it's a long wheelbase, it's a 45, not a 40. So just to clear things up, the proper nomenclature for this vehicle, and we know this, we were just slightly overexcited, is a Toyota Land Cruiser BJ45. Got that? Cool.
Look at us! Look at us! Where are we? We're in bloody FJ land!
That turned out a bit better than we were even expecting, wasn't it?
Turns out, right, it's a week and a day before Andrew's birthday. And I tell you, this is his early birthday present and a couple of Christmases thrown in at the same time.
This is like, you know, all those people who are like, oh, remember the birth of your first child? Bollocks to that. It's the time you first drive an FJ.
Exactly.
Shall we go?
Let's have a little go. It's dead good, isn't it? It's so spacious. It's huge.
So this is a 75 series So that means it's long wheelbase. It's enough that you can fit a whole 2 families in the back.
Get a Land Rover Defender in the back.
You could get a Defender in the back. So we are now, thanks to our amazing new friend Jonny, we are now driving, or I am now driving, you know, an FJ into a field.
Now this particular FJ, it's an FJ45.
Yeah.
And it's come all the way from Tasmania. Jonny brought this all the way across.
Yeah.
Went to Australia. Apparently it were full of spiders, and they wouldn't let it on the shed.
To be quarantined.
To be quarantined and have insecticide sprayed into it. And it used to be an explosives truck in mining. Hence why it's got the red flashy lights on the top. And what we find quite interesting about this truck is that it's also got stickers that say it's fire service.
Yeah.
So we're starting to think that maybe if you do one, you have to do the other.
That's a dead end. Do you reckon we have to go over there?
Why not? Why not?
Let's get it in reverse. It's just
what's the engine in this?
the diesel.
Yeah,
it's a 3 litre.
Diesel. 3 litre. Is it non-turbo?
Non-turbo.
Non-turbo.
Only the finest
6-cylinder.
non-turbochargedness. Thank you very much.
We don't know where we're going at the moment.
We don't.
So going up the field.
Don't know where I'm going gear-wise. There we go.
Boom. We'll have
Here we
a
go.
He'll start.
It'll start with
That
a
talk.
diesel.
That
Oh.
talk. Walk it up, man.
Walk it in.
Walk it up.
That's it, innit? Because that's their field as well.
Now we have to watch out because rather unusually, this isn't just a field, it's also an airstrip.
Yeah.
Which is a bit unusual. Jonny's a pretty amazing guy with, and totally on a wavelength that we get. And that's why he's got this incredible car,
And that's why he's just said, yeah, take it out
is
for a
something
spin.
else. Absolutely nothing works in terms of gauges and stuff like that, other than the rev counter, I think.
Oil pressure. So that's all right. We've got oil pressure.
Assuming the line works. It smokes a bit, and Jonny was surprised when it started up and it didn't smoke at first because it ran out of oil.
Yeah.
But we're topped up.
We have no idea how much diesel we've got in.
No problem at all. Doesn't matter.
This is it.
Doesn't matter. What do you reckon so far?
I can't even explain it. It's just like plane, but it's not landing.
Okay, we're all right. We're all right.
It's just like it's an FJ.
I feel indestructible.
I
in
feel
this.
like
it feels like it is made of girders.
Like it will never die.
Unbelievable.
All I can see when at the front is just the nose of the bull bar. Oh, come on.
Come on.
Oh, into first.
We're in.
Oh.
Come on. We're not in 4-wheel drive.
We are not.
We'll
back out of that.
That'll
one.
be the problem with that.
That'll be the problem.
Shall we try and find 4-wheel drive?
We could try.
Are we going to dare?
Here we
Get
go.
it in rock crawler mode.
Here we go.
Right.
Well, Jonny did try, and we were struggling.
Oh,
with it.
right. We're going to go 4-wheel drive downhill.
Let's do 4-wheel drive.
It's a lot easier to get into 4-wheel drive.
I want to get
than we can
somewhere
roll.
safe first.
Okay.
But
Pointing downhill, that's going to be safe if something goes wrong.
All I can see is this lovely sort of rusty bull bar, and it's just like that's it.
It feels like we're in Mad Max, doesn't it?
Right. Oh,
we're in the Fury Road.
Got a light. Does that mean we're in?
Give it a Taz. Give Tess a Taz. That's 4-wheel drive, that is.
You reckon?
Let's give it some hill and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, because that feels steep.
Oh,
now.
that's 4-wheel drive, that is. We're in 4-wheel drive.
This is the best. This is absolutely the best. This is like, I'm sorry everybody who's listening and viewing, I can't put it in more better terms than that. This is just the best. It's like, it's an epiphany.
It feels like driving a train off-road. It feels like we're in a sprightly skip. It's unbelievable. It's just the weight, the feeling of the weight, the way it rides.
Those leaf springs front and back. This is like,
and this thing is just sat in a garage.
Did he say last winter? And
Last winter, he's asked for nothing. For absolutely nothing.
And now he just, like, while we were there, he just thought, you know, I'll tweak the battery on.
Honestly, let's go spread the empire.
Yeah.
Let's invade India, Africa,
Let's do
Australia. Sod your Land Rover.
This is so cool. I'm in heaven. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have to park. There's a hill, and I'm just going to park on the hill. There's this, like, here I am in an FJ on top of a hill.
Master of all, you purvey.
Oh. I'm not going down the hill, obviously.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that, but this is amazing. I think I need to calm down. I need to
just take it, drink it in. This is what they call driving the Varna.
Oh, we didn't have the flashy light.
Don't matter, does it?
There is a switch on the dash labeled explosion warning. Explosion warning. And when we flick it on, which I'm going to do, we now have red lights flashing on the top of the FJ. This is like, oh,
I'm firing up Dr. Gimbal.
he did not kill his wife.
He did not kill his wife.
Right, let's go for it again. I'm gonna go for second.
Second gear.
Oh. This, I read so much about, you know.
I think we may have popped a bulb.
Do you think that's
on
what
the
it
red
was?
lights.
Let's turn them off.
That's explosion warning. That's what it
Explosion
means.
warning, that's what it meant. But no, I've read so much about seasoned journalists, motor journalists, complaining about this YouTube generation can't get the vocabulary. I'm really sorry, everybody. I just can't do it. It's so cool. It's so much like you would expect when you. That's the thing I think that's honest about it is. If you look at an FJ40, if you look at it, imagine how it drives. That's how it drives. Absolutely. It drives like this tank, but it's so friendly, and the engine is gruff and not hugely powerful, but just feels like it will go on forever. And the seating position is really actually quite comfy. It's got a massive, massive long gear stick, which is just like stirring the box is just beautiful. And yeah, this huge patinaed bonnet and bull bar, and it's just the best. I don't know if you can daily one. I'm not quite sure you can daily one. I'd love to try, but as an experience, as a thing, I mean, it's just like, it's so big. And it actually looks quite small from the outside, I think, doesn't it? You know, when you look, even a long wheelbase, it doesn't look that like you would look at a Range Rover today and go, Jesus, that's massive.
It looks like a little bit adorable, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then you get in it and it's just huge. I mean, that's technology, isn't it? And sort of, we have to have all of our safety gubbins today that maybe we don't have to have anymore. Or we didn't have to have back in the day. But oh my, this is like bucket list, and I hate that phrase, but it is. And it's four-wheel drive, and it's got skinny tyres that are just gripping, and we're driving across this. I mean, look at this. I want one. I want a Land Cruiser anyway. I mean, I just want to drive over those bumps all the time to feel that slow, just deeply satisfying. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop and calm myself down, because this is so cool, and I don't know anything that's ever going to top this. Thank you, Jonny. Thank you, Jonny.
Thank you,
much,
Jonny.
because this is like.
Let's take a moment, lad.
Let's
just take a moment.
Get out of four-wheel drive. Can I do it? Can I do it? There we go. We're in. I'm in love. I'm actually... Jonny, if you've got this back by the end of the day, it'll be a bloody miracle that I haven't wagged off with it somewhere, because this is... I can see why he loves it so much. I can absolutely... I can't even speak. I can absolutely see why. Oh, man.
You like it then?
A bit. A bit. You like them, lads? You like them?
You like that?
I like it a lot. What a spoiled little git I've been today, I tell you that. Oh,
What do you reckon?
That's how you start a shot, and it boom, the echo of the FJ.
Like slamming a bunker door.
It's been incredible.
I tell you, it's so weird to get in a vehicle like this, and you realise this is when vehicles such as this were built to just be indestructible, to ride on rough terrain, because it is so comfortable in the field.
Beautiful, isn't it? You get in it, and it's just, it feels comfy like no modern car I've ever been in. Just that really, like, not lounge seat. I don't even know how to describe it. Just a comfortable.
It feels purposeful. It's absolutely purposeful, and it stays cool. It's quite hot out here today.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be getting in and out my Cherokee on a day like today, but it stays so nice and cool for some reason. I think that's maybe because of the small like glass apertures, or I don't know if it's just
tan
big
colour maybe, and
it doesn't hold all the heat in or anything like that. And
maybe it just leaks air constantly out of every.
And you know, you just stare out and you just see that bonnet, you see that huge rusty old
flat windscreen. Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing bit of kit.
Yeah,
and I can see why they're adored now. I get it. I can see why people want to drive around LA in one of these, but with a decent engine, and it sort of turns better and stuff like that. But I have to say, I jumped in, no problem with the gears. You seem to be right from the off, no problem whatsoever. Got it in four-wheel drive.
I would double clutch downshifting by the end.
It feels very intuitive to drive. It's so amazing that this can just feel so fluid and mechanically just be so sound after all this time. When the metal is struggling to hold, the plastic, the rubber, the leather, all of that is struggling, but the mechanics are still sound.
And like you say, despite all those things sort of falling apart individually, together there's still an air of solidity about it, isn't there? Despite every little bits falling apart, but together it's still a whole thing.
It feels to me like it could lose everything but still keep going. Like the engine is just going to keep pulling and pulling. The drive shafts are going to keep turning. It's just going to keep going on when everything else has fallen apart around.
Well, I think I could be wrong, but I think on this one maybe it's been welded in. But some of them, it's bolts. So this entire back end you can take off. This roof and the entire of that, like you say, you could strip it right down to nothing. And this drivetrain.
And then you'd have a proper surface 4x4 then, wouldn't you?
The ultimate surface 4x4.
You could have all your kit, your surfboards, and a small tiki bar.
Yeah, all in the
no problem at all.
But yeah, I mean, we were just saying as we were driving back down here that I've been sort of getting more and more obsessed with FJs for a while, Land Cruisers in general, but certainly I shouldn't say FJs, the J40s, this era of 40 series Land Cruiser. And, you know, you kind of like, especially after we've talked about the whole finances and, you know, freedom, and maybe here's what you could have bought, and then you think maybe it's time to drop 20 grand of some loaned money on an FJ40 because it's gonna... And what it's taught me today is, oh my god, I love this thing. I mean, it is the most...
The story as well.
Yeah, and that's true.
About a car this old, it's this durable, which is this practical, is the story of this car that it got driven to Australia and made it there from Tasmania, where it had probably been bought new and worked as this explosives vehicle all that time. The story.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just there in the car.
And since Jonny's had it, like you say as well, it's got its own story of how he's been using it and what he's been doing with it. And I think that makes you love this one in particular even more. I mean, let's face it, I have a sample of one, but this is just amazing. But here's the interesting thing.
Would you have one?
I would, but only if I was in Johnny's situation, and I'm not in Johnny. Johnny's in a very... there's no jealousy. He's in a very cool position.
A lot of jealousy.
Okay, yeah. Bloody jealous.
Yeah.
No,
living the dream.
Living the dream. He's got all these projects, and he's got this car, and he's got all that, you know, and this land, and that's awesome. I feel that...
And good for Johnny.
Yeah, and totally, that's it.
Good
No jealousy on that point.
So
no
good to
sort
see a
of-
car fan putting his
sort of-
passion out there.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly. And I think that's what was interesting about it. If I was in that situation, yes, and again, a million times yes, I would be all over one of these. I think I would try and find one like he's found one that kind of, he's got, you know, he's had and has had multiple FJs and 60 series and 55s and whatever, and they've all tended to be like sort of rough and ready, and I think that would be to have a car with a story. But as a day-to-day, knowing if I had to have one, I would have to drive it to work. I'd have to drive on a 50-mile-an-hour dual carriageway to go to work. It's a no. I think, like you put it perfectly, which was that would destroy all the fun in it. To have it and then have to do that with it would just erode all of that fun.
It was not built for that.
No, not built for that, and so you shouldn't be doing that. So, yeah, I mean, I am looking at other later series Land Cruisers with a very keen eye, and I don't think that is actually persuading me from what I'm feeling now, which is like, if I could have it as a toy, all over it. If I could have 5 as a toy, I'd have 5, all the different body styles, and I would just do it. But as a daily or a semi-daily or something, driving around the field, at times I'm thinking, if I had Colin, my dog, in the back here, I'd have to put earplugs in for him to actually enjoy it, you know, and I don't think he'd enjoy it even then. And that's the kind of stuff you got to think about when you're dailying a car at the end of the day. So, utterly amazing, besotted with it, obsessed with it, want to live in it, but couldn't daily it.
The car is right for you, you're not right for the car.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
It's a situation many of us find ourselves in. But
Yeah.
you never know, maybe one day. I would love you to have one of these.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's fantastic that there's basically a Land Cruiser for everybody.
Yeah,
You
totally.
just go dial back as far as you need to.
Yeah.
And that lineage is just amazing.
Yeah. And without getting sycophantic or whatever, thank you, Johnny, for giving us and me certainly this experience to drive this, because like, this is the only FJ I've ever seen. I drove past it once, always drove off the road gawping at it, and now I've driven it. And what more can you say than that?
What more can I say? Well, that was effectively our first and hopefully one of many review not a reviews.
Yeah, not very critical,
Not
but
very
that's what we're not here for that. We're just here.
I'm not here to pick faults.
We're here for the beauty of machines and cars and vehicles and FJ45s.
So until next time, cheerio.